kukuha tayo. Kukuha tayo ng mas magandang makakausap. Ang National President and Chairperson ng Integrated Bar of the Philippines, so IBP. Joining us on Zoom, Attorney Alan Panolong. Attorney Alan, magandang umaga po. Peter at Rica sa programang Balita Patan.
Magandang umaga po, Peter and Rica, at magandang umaga po sa ating mga kababayan.
Hi, Attorney Alan. Thank you for joining us. So let's talk about this. Siyempre, ang unang katanungan wala bang nilalabag na batas yung abogado ni Atong Ang sa pagsasabing wag muna siyang sumuko?
Unang-una po, I am not really privy to that statement. So our opinion is that kung yung isang abogado po ay binibigyan niya ng advice yung kanyang kliyente na kung saan ay labagin pa ang batas, ang abogado po ay maaaring makaharap sa patong-patong po na kaso. So pwede pong administratibo at pwede rin pong kriminal. So kung ating pong hihimay-himayin, ang kasong kriminal ay yung pong violation of PD 1829 or obstruction of justice. Dahil po kanyang pinapayuhan ng kanyang kliyente na kung saan ay umiwas doon sa paglilitis sa kanya, no?
Oh.
So by encouraging his or her client to avoid prosecution of his case by asking him not to surrender, it's a violation of that law because it obstructs the prosecution or it impedes the prosecution of the case. So isa po yun sa criminal case. Pangalawa po is yung pwede rin po siya maging accessory. No? It's a violation of the revised penal code, particularly on Article 19. So pwede siya maging accessory, pwede siya maging accessory to the crime. So ibig sabihin ito, kung mapatunayan ng abogado ay talagang siya pa ay tinulungan pa niya yung kanyang kliyente na labagin nga yung batas, no, para maiwasan yung prosecution ng offense, no? Dahil tinulungan niya sa pag-escape or pagtatago, no? So ang penalty po niyan is 2 degrees lower.
Okay.
Tapos,
Attorney, yeah.
Meron pa pong pangatlo, sir.
Sige po, please. Go ahead.
Peter. Ang pangatlo po nun is yung administratibo, no? So, yung abogado na kung saan, yun na nga, hinihikayat niya or kinukonvince niya or ina-advise niya yung kanyang kliyente na sumuhay sa batas, is pwede rin po makaharap siya ng disciplinary action before the Integrated Bar of the Philippines or ng Supreme Court. So, pwede po siyang kasi violation po yun ng canon, ng Canon 2 on propriety. So ayon po sa aming Code of Professional Responsibility and Accountability, dahil kami mga abogado ay inaasahan po na at all times we uphold the rule of law and we obey the Constitution. So
ayan. Very good. Very comprehensive, Attorney Alan. Now, tingnan natin kasi pag sinabi na huwag ka munang sumuko, on that statement alone, parang it's easy to say, mali yun, you know, he can be held liable, referring to the lawyer of Atong Ang. Pero basahin ko lang po yung report. Let's see kung may mga redeeming values ito. Sabi, in an interview with DZMM Teleradyo, gusto ko lang isingit yun. Sabi po ng lawyer ni Ang na si Attorney Gabriel Villarreal, the businessman should not be considered a criminal as he has not yet faced trial and declaration of guilt. Sabi niya, and I quote, bakit naman niya ipagsasapalaran ang sarili niya sa pagsuko? Marami pa siyang natitirang judicial remedies. Hindi naman dapat siyang tinutugis na parang isang kriminal. Wala pa naman tayong trial at declaration of guilt para kay Mr. Ang. End quote. Ano po ang, does that somehow mitigate yung pong pagiging quote-unquote guilty nung ni Atong Ang lawyer sa pagsasabi na wag muna siyang sumuko? Does that more or less justify the statement, Attorney Alan?
Kasamang Peter, alam niyo po kung meron pong i-file na disciplinary action against the lawyer, kami po ang magkakandak ng investigasyon nun eh.
Ay,
So
okay.
I would prefer to give my own opinion on that particular statement.
Okay.
So yung statement ko po kanina is on a hypothetical case. Supposing isang abogado is pinipigilan ang kanyang kliyente na sumunod sa batas, yun po yung mga kaukulang liabilities or kaukulang violations na kanyang nakapit or kanyang na-violate. So again, ulitin ko po, I cannot give my own opinion on that particular statement of Attorney Gabriel, no, because if it ripens to a disciplinary case and it will file for office, so hindi po pwede.
Pero hindi din ba attorney na, di ba pwede Attorney Alan na sabihin na, well, he's just defending his client kasi yan nga ang dahilan bakit ako kukuha ng abogado. Para ipagtanggol niya ako. Pero kung siya pa mismo magsasabi sa akin na, akla, sumuko ka na. Akla talaga, sumuko ka na. Sorry. Di ba kung sabihin niya na sumuko ka na, di parang hindi ko naman pinoprotektahan ang kliyente ko noon, attorney.
Magkakaiba ho kasi ng legal strategies yung mga abogado. So, unang-una, it depends on how they appreciate the facts, and it appreciate on how they weigh the evidence available, especially so in a criminal case, no? So, of course, at the end of the day, the lawyer would really fight for the interest of his or her client. But above all, hindi naman po ibig sabihin nun is even if it goes violating certain laws or ethical conduct, the lawyer should push for that legal advice. Hindi po pwede yun. So kaya nga po kami tinatawag na officer of the court, because we are the very first person to be expected to comply or to respect the rule of law and to respect the order of the court. So, ganun po yun.
If ikaw po ang magiging abogado ni Atong Angat, at ganito nga po yung nangyayari, will you tell him upfront na, sige na, sumuko ka na, surrender yourself, and then harapin na lang natin ang music?
Unfortunately po, hindi po ako ang abogado niya so I cannot give that kind of opinion.
Kung nga po hypothetical nga po attorney naman diba? Kunyari ikaw nga, let's role play.
Ma'am, as I mentioned a while ago, I have to repeat it again because, as an officer of the court, we're expected to uphold the rule of law at all times. So, yun po yung
At all
yun po yung but at the end of the day, it's all about the accused or the client's decision So merely advisorial naman yung abogado so ipapaliwanag namin ng husto kung ano yung legal consequences nun. So at the end of the day, it is the client who decides for himself or herself. So meron po mga gagaling din na kliyente based on their experiences, then they have their own freedom to decide. So the lawyer merely advises, but of course we should be persuasive enough na para maintindihan niya kung ano talaga yung magiging consequences noon. So tulad nun, if he is declared to be a fugitive from justice kasi nga tumatakbo ka you don't want to submit yourself to the long arm of the law, so meaning to say he or she may be considered fugitive from justice. Now, according to a decision of the Supreme Court, if he or she is a fugitive from justice, so hindi siya pwede mag-avail ng mga legal remedies. How come that you are availing a legal remedy available under the law, yet you don't want to comply with the order of the law? So parang it's a contrasting or conflicting it conflicts, no?
Yeah.
You want only to follow at your own convenience. So hindi po pwede 'yun. So if we allow that kind of practice, no? So we may not be able, the court may not be able to really implement its order. So it will be a mockery of our judicial system. So
wow.
So we just have to respect the rule of law simply because it is convenient on our part. But if it's not convenient on our part, no, I have to ignore it.
Wow.
Sabi ng
This
Supreme
is
Court,
very
hindi po
this
po
is
yan.
this is a very exciting and illuminating discussion. Attorney Alan, wag po kayong aalis ha. Meron lang po kaming flash report just for a few seconds. We'll get back to you.
DZMM Radyo Patrol Flash Report.
Kunin natin ang detalye hatid ni Pamela Vasquez. Pam?
Yes, Rika, isang impeachment complaint ang inihain laban kay Pangulong Ferdinand Marcos Jr. sa Kamara. Inihain ito sa Office of the Secretary General ngayong araw, kung saan si Pusong Pinoy Party List Representative Jet Nisay ang nag-endorso ng complaint. Abangan ang iba pang detalye dito lamang sa DZMM Radyo Patrol sa Istrenta at DZMM Teleradyo. At yan ang balitang kumpirmado, sigurado. Ito ang Radyo Patrol. Pamela Vasquez, DZMM.
Maraming salamat, Pamela Vasquez.
DZMM Radyo Patrol Flash Report.
Kasama natin, babalikan natin si Attorney Alan ngayon para nga sa ating pag-uusap pa rin. Attorney, thank you so much for holding.
Okay. Attorney?
Yeah, opo.
Opo. I-remind ko lang yung mga nakikinig at nanonood sa atin na ang nakakausap po natin ngayon ay si Attorney Alan Panolong. National President po siya and Chairperson ng Integrated Bar of the Philippines or IBP. So this is very interesting yung mga binanggit po ninyo kanina na kung ikaw ang abogado tapos alam mo naman na fugitive from justice yung iyong kliyente. How can you avail of the legal remedies kung yung mismong kliyente mo ayaw sumuko? Okay, let's talk about yung not necessarily related to Atong Ang but this has happened so many times in the past na may isang tao na alam mo from the get-go na guilty as sin. Bagamat hindi pa napapatunayan sa husgado, alam mo na guilty as sin. Pero, yung abogado, kukunin pa rin yung kaso niya. In other words, ipagtatanggol pa rin niya yung nasasaktal o yung sinasabing suspect. Where is the moral value in that? Or tama po bang gawin yun ng isang abogado? What is the stand of the IBP on this, sir?
Ay, that is a very interesting question, kasamang Peter, no? Alam niyo po, is no less than the Constitution which says every person is entitled to due process. So meaning to say, even if a person is accused of a crime and even if he or she admits of the commission of the crime, still it is being heard by the court to consider the circumstances. For instance po, yung kasong self-defense. Halimbawa, si A, napatay niya si B, but he admitted killing B because B provoked him and by defending himself, with the aid of an weapon, sufficient to repel that aggression, kailangan niya pong gawin. So tanong po natin, bakit kailangan i-represent yun ng isang abogado? Dahil unang-una po, dahil po dun sa sinasabi natin na presumption of innocence, and that the Constitution guarantees every individual his day in court. Ibig sabihin, binibigyan ng opportunity or oportunidad ang isang tao na ma-defend niya ang sarili niya in court. So it is the court actually who decides whether on the basis of the evidence presented, that person or that accused is guilty of the offense charge. Because from the standpoint of a layman, ang naririnig lang po natin is the other side of the story. But what about the version of the person facing the crime? So marami. Kaya po meron tayong tinatawag na mga mitigating circumstances na kung saan nagpapababa ng penalty. May tinatawag tayong justifying circumstance.
Opo.
Bakit niya nagawa yun? Ganon dun sa binigay kong example. Self-defense. Pwedeng mapawalang sala siya dahil unang-una, hindi siya ang nangunang, there was no, the aggressions did not start from him. Hindi po siya ang nanguna ng away. At pangatlo, meron tayong tinatawag na aggravating circumstances. Ibig sabihin, ito yung nagpapalaki ng penalty ng crime dahil sa gumamit siya ng mga pamamaraan na ma-ensure na magawa niya yung kanyang motibo,
Oo.
which is to commit the crime.
Yes.
So ganun po yun. So
Oo.
it is no less than the Constitution which gives rise, no, to presumption of innocence and the entitlement of due process to every individual.
Yeah.
Yun.
Pero attorney, the fact that the lawyer who took on the case will earn and probably earn a lot in the process is immaterial.
Well, that is really the natural. What's this? If you hire a lawyer, you really have to spend. But we have the public attorney. We also have the IBP. No, we also provide pro bono legal aid service to those poor and deserving. Meaning to say, those who cannot afford the services of a counsel. So, pag ang public attorney hindi nila kaya dahil sobrang dami ng kaso or may conflict of interest, the IBP comes in po.
Opo. Sir, tanong naman ako on a different topic, no? Dahil ito pong si Congressman Leandro Leviste filed a libel case against Yusek Claire Castro of the spokesperson ng Palasyo. Di ba po dapat, kaya nga po na higher regard yung pag-file ng libel sa mga politician is because dapat mas kaya nilang tanggapin ng mga batikos. And this is the spokesperson na nagsasalita naman who's just maybe reacting. Tingin niyo po ba merong pinanggagalingan itong libel case ni Congressman Leviste?
Well, it is a quite complicated case now because there were exchanges of accusations between the two parties. So, alam nyo po, as a public officer po, the moment we face the media or the public, it is expected of us to really convey the real, no, or truthful accounts of an information. So kung may mga misrepresentation such that meron pong accusation na it destroys the integrity or the person of a public officer. Kahit public officer po siya is meron din po siyang karapatan na ipaglaban yon if it tends to damage his or her reputation. So although sabi ng Korte Suprema natin dyan is that public officers should not be onion skin, no? Hindi po ganun po. Ibig sabihin po niyan is kung may mga constructive criticisms being lodged against them, they have to accept that. No, pero if it goes beyond that level, so pwede na po silang mag-file ng kaso. So if you notice po from an ordinary libel case because of the advance of technology, kasi mostly ngayon ang public wala na masyadong anong print ad. So meron na po tayo ngayon is virtual or itong sinasabi nating itong nasa internet. So that is why we have now the cyber law, cyber libel, no? So yun po yung opinion ko doon sa kan. And this is purely political eh. So alam natin kung ano yung mga hugot nila eh.
Opo. Isa pa po, no, dahil ngayong hapon po magsisimula na naman ulit yung bail hearing. Yung bail hearing, yung Senate Blue Ribbon Committee hearing. At inaasahan po natin na attend si former DPWH Secretary Manny Borongan because he was also subpoenaed. The reason for this is because pinapaklarify po sa kanya yung previous statements niya na sabi ay mali daw po yung mga ibinigay niyang mga lokasyon ng mga DPWH projects. Can he still be a material witness if yung una po niya mga binitawan ay sinasabing mali? Can he still be believable if magbibigay pa siya ng panibagong statement ngayon?
Of course, being the former head of that agency, yung pong information na ilalahad niya is very critical because at the end of the day, the head of the agency is presumed to know all the transactions within his office. So anything that he would share, any information that he would share in the Senate would either be taken against his interest or it may be in his favor. So dalawa lang yung consequence nung sasabihin niya. So kung mag-share pa siya ng information that would further incriminate him in the flood control mess. So it's a very good news for the prosecution yan. But on the other hand, if he would share information that would clean his name, so that would be good for him also. So at the end of the day, ma'am, the head of agency is really accountable for the acts and omissions of his or her subordinates, because it is expected that meron siyang close supervision over all the activities of his agency.
Opo. Attorney Alan, yung flash report only minutes ago ng Radyo Patrol, sinasabi na may nag-file na ng impeachment case laban sa ating sa Pangulong Bongbong Marcos. Now, I'm not gonna ask you about that, but ang gusto ko pong itanong mukhang marami nang nakapending na mga kaso, appeal, motion for reconsideration, etc. sa Supreme Court regarding impeachment and so many other landmark cases. What do you think of the cases now filed sa Supreme Court? Parang nagkakaroon po ba ng medyo nakakatambakan na and hindi na i-release kagad yung mga decisions?
Well, unang-una, kasamang Peter, if you recall the impeachment complaint against against the vice president, it was decided last year. Yes.
Yes.
Now, insofar as the purported impeachment complaint against the sitting president, si PBBM, I think kung totoo man yun, it would be the first time that an impeachment complaint is filed. So ngayon, the Supreme Court acts on cases which are of extreme urgency. So kung halimbawa yung isang bagay ay merong jurisdiction, yung ibang co-equal body, like for instance the Congress, the executive, and the judiciary are three co-equal bodies. So insofar as the impeachment is concerned, it is actually insofar as initiation of the impeachment complaint, it is within the domain of the House of Representatives. So it would be premature, no, kung halimbawa may i-file na isang petition before the court questioning the impeachment or urging the court to compel the Congress or whatever it is para tumakbo yung kaso, it would be premature. Kasi unang-una, kung merong ang na-file na-file sa presidente, titingnan mo na yan kung dadaan mo na yan sa proseso. Number one is the endorsement by a member of the Congress to the Committee on Justice. And then the Committee on Justice will actually hear on the sufficiency of the impeachment complaint before certifying that this impeachment complaint is an articles of impeachment which is to be filed before the Senate. So medyo mababalik tayo doon sa proseso na nangyari na nung remember when there was an impeachment complaint against Sara. So ganun ang dadaanan yan.
Yeah, but
so,
was there an MR doon po sa decision ng Supreme Court on the impeachment case versus the VP?
Yes, I think maraming MR ata nun. But I don't know if
wala pa pong
I haven't heard of a decision of that. But if you notice, kasamang Peter, the decision says this is immediately executory.
Oo, that's right. Pero yun nga po, yung the fact na maraming nag-submit ng MR o nag-file ng MR, wala pa rin yatang dumarating na na decision
Yes.
of that particular
Yes,
aspect.
and our practice, parang naging practice ito sa legal profession. If the MR takes so long, well, you should know the answer then of the
Sa ano po,
parang
ano po yung answer doon? Justice delayed?
hindi, it's not but it could be that the MR could be weak
Okay.
such that there is no urgency on acting on it.
Aha.
Oo. Secondly
Ganon.
po, secondly po is that the decision was very clear. In fact, it was articulated by the Supreme Court
Yeah.
spokesperson,
Oo.
that he said that this decision is immediately executory.
Meron
you
din
read
yatang
between
mga
the lines.
cases against the dynasty at kung ano-ano pa, madami pa po nakapending Pero
Yes.
yeah,
Yung
okay.
sa political dynasty, there are pending bills before the House of Representatives right now. In fact, they would be conducting hearings. Our organization was even invited.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
And we'll leave it there for the meantime. Attorney,
Yes.
maraming salamat po at hindi
Yes.
namin kayo mabitawan dahil ang dami pa namin
Tatanong eh.
tatanong pero we'll leave that for another day. Ano po?
Thank you,
Yeah,
attorney.
yeah, yeah.
It's a pleasure